So, of course, the primary one has always been intuition, because otherwise I would never have gone anywhere. The second way was through the physical symptoms or the physical problems, because they indicate the part which is not well. The third is just listening to the person, and as I go on listening, something in my being starts registering to the sound of the voice, to the way they are sitting, the way they are moving, the story that they are telling, and all those inputs sort of I am, while these inputs are coming, I am putting or presenting before the being, okay, what flower does this person need? So that is always the question in the background, and after some time the flower can just appear and then I give the flower. And another way that I used to use in the beginning but I have stopped is through the pulse, which means I feel the pulse of the person and ask them to hold a remedy bottle. But like that's too strenuous, because one after the other they have to keep holding, I keep checking the pulse, any change, a bit like what Bijal.
Changes, then it's for him.
Then if it changes to a better way, then like
Slow.
the deeper, softer, uh, or the person starts shifting, something like it's a sensing of the pulse change. Yeah, deeper, softer is what I could say. And then another way was through the tarot, like when I'm doing tarot with the person, then certain things are coming up, and will a flower help, and which type of flower, and then the cards tell what that person needs. And the last and most common way that I am now using, because the important thing in all these ways for me has been, how can I find the flower which makes the inner person bloom, the inner being blossom. It's not about relieving the physical problems, it's about helping that light which everyone carries, or the quality or the essence in life, I should say. In Mother and Sri Aurobindo's words, I would say the psychic being, but I am scared of using terms, so I would say the being whom this being wants to manifest on the earth, the way or the quality of this being, because every one of us comes with a essential quality. How can that open and bloom? That is my entire outlook for all healing methods. So for the flowers also, this is what I am looking for. So when I am doing healing, then the person's inner being is very clear, and then the flower also becomes very clear for me, that okay, this is the flower that the person can be helped by. So over the years, many miraculous things have happened to me which I never expected by using the flowers, and many prescriptions which came instantly also amazed me, because I didn't know that I could do it before that. And one of the most striking examples was this flower which grows in the snow. It's called by the mother promise of renewal. It's the snowdrop.
It's with the red thing, red heart, right?
No, it's pure white. It's pure white, and the first, as the snow is still there, it's not melted. Like in the flower book, it's shown like that. It's the snow is there, and the flower is growing in the snow. And why this struck me, this I didn't know this flower, and only because of turning the pages of the book, I had discovered this. I knew somewhere it was registered, and this woman walked into my office in the society, and I saw her as this flower, and I said, "Oh my God, I don't have the remedy for this woman." So this woman was from Finland. And she had come to India with the hope of recuperating herself, because she had come to a point in life where her son had died, her husband, she had left her parents had thrown her out of the house, she had lost her job, she had lost 5 jobs in succession. She had, I mean, disaster after disaster maximum possible things that could happen to her had happened. And she came to India with this hope that somehow India will heal her. And I told her, see, this flower will surely help you, but I don't have this flower. And at that time, I was not confident of my healing abilities. So I was only using the flowers, so I couldn't do anything much. But anyway, somewhere in the world, in Europe, the remedy might have been there. So we searched together and I found a source where she could get this flower. These are the touching points of how you can prescribe. So each of us will find our own way, perhaps, of like Bijal did. Would you like to speak a little bit on that? Then I will add to it. Because Bijal has made some in the last year. She has worked very beautifully with the flowers and she has found a way which could help all of us, because I have my way, Bijal has her way, and I would like that we could merge our ways together like this.
So, in the last workshop, one of the method that Vandana helped me identify, so when we were at the lake, we had to choose one flower and there were 3 flowers that I was called to. So she said, okay, bring the first flower in your heart and see what happens to you. So my body responded, then the second and then the third. And the way it responded made it very clear for me which flower I wanted. So that became like a good key point for me to take away. So say for example, Ashumi comes to me and she tells me that this is what she's going through or whatever. I first bring Ashumi to my heart and my body feels something. Then I'll think of 3-4 remedies because I don't always know which one, right? So then I'll say, okay, this one, and I'll see if my body is changing, like the response. If it does, then that's the one. If it doesn't, then I go to the next one, that is my body responding to this. But I don't always do this. I do this for some people, and for some people, because I've read Vandana's book, they speak to me and it's just like matching, okay, whatever she's written, so this is the remedy, so then it's easy. So one is very like, okay, the symptoms are matching to what Vandana said, so that's another method. And third method is sometimes I just wait. So there's this one lady who'd spoken to me before I came here and no remedy was coming. So I was like, I have to wait. Now I don't know what to do. And I had no connection with her. I've never seen her, no introduction. She just called. So I waited. I knew her problem, and last morning when I was in Golconda, I woke up thinking that how would we bring harmony back, in her body? And the answer to the problem was harmony. So I was like, okay, so sometimes you just wait and the answer comes. So these are the 3 ways I have experimented with.
Really beautiful.
So we are coming back to the topic on how to prescribe flower remedies, because again it's a very important topic. How do you find which flower to give them? Should it be based on what they don't have? For example, someone doesn't have strength, so I give life energy. Someone doesn't get sleep, so I give mental simplicity. Someone is full of anxieties and fears, so I give psychological perfection. Should the prescription be like this? Or should it be based on something else, like I said before, awakening the light or the essence of the person? So the way is actually both, depending on what is important for us at the moment. We can give a flower for relieving a problem, and slowly the real flower for that person might come to us. So we can, or sometimes the real flower that the person needs may come and the other things will all disappear. Because if one finds really the flower that that person needs, then you don't need to search for the lack. The lack automatically becomes well. But sometimes even the apparent problem, when we address it, the real person blossoms because the difficulty has been removed. So therefore both ways are fine, whatever you want to use. whatever comes to you spontaneously. Like someone with recurrent headaches, what flower would you give? So these are the questions people can ask. Or someone with knee pain, or someone with hypertension. So there are some formulas that I have devised over a period of time, which I am using now, because recurrently those problems have been helped. Like for recurrent headaches, for someone I prescribe mental simplicity. For anxieties and fears, psychological perfection. For joint pains, it can be loving surrender, it can be divine grace. But not always will they work. And so therefore comes the second question is, when you meet the person, what is it that the person is coming to you really for? Like you said, no, I don't want to give flowers for everyone. I want to give because people just want to complain. So I just want to give the flowers to those who genuinely want to get well. So when that person comes to you, then genuinely which flower comes for you, for that person? That would be the best way to prescribe. It doesn't matter what the person is suffering from, but from your being or from your heart comes a flower for this person. That is, I am talking to Anaita now only. That flower would be the right flower to give. And then you will slowly find your own way with it. And for Nadia, I would say the one of the ways that one could use is to keep the box in front and let the person choose. Yeah, and then the person will find their own flower and try it and then give you the feedback.